The people that are the top performers in the world, and I know this personally because I speak with them on a regular basis, say that if you want to do something that not many people do, you have to do stuff that not many people do. I am 20 years old, and chances are if you're watching this video that you are as well. Here's my advice to my younger self, and here's what I've learned in 20 years of being alive. The first thing is that school is terrible, but there is a point. If you are in high school and you think that this is all stupid and the knowledge that you're consuming is really dumb, put that thought to the side for a second. Maybe the textbook stuff that you're learning right now will never have utility. You'll never use it, you'll never apply it in life. But what is more important is the fact that you can learn. You can take a piece of knowledge, you can put it into your brain, whatever the use case is, you can now apply the knowledge. Most people will think that high school is just linear, it is just binary, there's just, yes, you're using this knowledge, but there actually is a point. Without high school, I would not be able to read all the books, learn all the courses, consume all the knowledge, and learn the skills that have made me $10,000, $20,000. The next thing is sports. When I was younger, my dad put me in a lot of different sports and made me physically active. I had abs when I was 14 years old and probably even before then. Never really cared about it until I was 17 and until girls came into the picture and until I realized that having a good physical health is probably a pretty important thing. If I hadn't been in sports, been physically active 2 hours a day, and had it in the subconscious mind, then I really probably wouldn't be in great shape. I spent a lot of time video gaming. My entire childhood, maybe you too, was video games. COD, Fortnite, Minecraft, all of the sorts, any RPG, first player shooter. I was on the phone late with my friends at night. We'd be doing 1v1s, I'd be doing solo Fortnite dubs. Do you guys know Gears of War? Sports has allowed me to cultivate a body relationship with physical activity, which is good because now I actually love working out. I love the gym. And if you don't, get a $10 Planet Fitness membership or join your local gym. Now, this is where the video gets interesting because I believe there are two types of people. There is the middle class classification of the regular day person. Your mom and dad might be in this class. Then there is the business class individual. Middle class is anyone who is an employee. Business class is any person who has a business. The reason that this is important, both of these people think completely different than one another, and they actually probably don't support the beliefs of the other. My family is very traditional, middle class, go get a job, go to high school, go to college, get an incredible job, and retire at the age of 60 with maybe $1, $2, $3 million in a retirement fund if you're lucky. Business, on the other hand, is completely different. We're trying to hustle, work really hard, and try to grind to get to the next paycheck, make $1 million a year, and have a lot of risk, but try to achieve a lot of reward. If you're watching this, then I assume that you're this one over here, the business person. And if you are the business person, but you currently live the middle class life, you need to learn how to get from the middle class to the business world. The best thing that we have are books, audios, podcasts, these videos of people talking and sharing their insights. There is an actual paradigm shift when you actually go from being the middle class person to the business entrepreneur person. There's a completely different language, there's a completely different structure, and what I mean by this is I used to think, maybe I'll make 80 grand a year. When you're in business, you don't talk about jobs, you talk about vehicles. We talk about higher leverage income earning potential jobs like sales, insurance, real estate, types of vehicles that you can scale, and there is no ceiling. A middle class job is safe in the sense that you might have a job tomorrow, but you also have a paycheck in 2 weeks, but what is bad about it is you are capped at how many hours you can work. Business owners understand the idea of time, how valuable time is, which is why I'm making this video. 20 years of my life is gone. I'm never gonna get it back. I'm gonna die within the next 80 years unless technology and AI convert me into a robot. And I want to maximize the time that I'm using over the next 80 years of my life to get the highest outcome and output. Now, how do I do that? You need to find vehicles that you have leverage on. I learned a huge concept in the last 2 years that is talking about leverage. We have 4 types that Naval Ravikant talks about, Alex Hormozi mentions, and these are the 4. You have capital, you have labor, you have content, and you have code. Essentially, all leverage is putting one thing into a system and having 10 things come out of that system. Having one input and having 10x output, or just having more outputs than you actually have inputs. Content is an incredible way to multiply yourself because I can make a video today and it'll probably be on YouTube as long as the platform lives. And if the internet stays around forever, the video is going to be here somewhere, and you can probably find a link to it somewhere else. Maybe it one day will be encoded into your brain. There's actually a thing when you trade stocks called leverage. If you have $1,000, you can leverage 4, 5, 6 times, get $5, $6, $7,000 or $100,000 if you want to. You can leverage other people's capital. Now, there's a lot of risk associated with it, which is why a lot of people like the middle class idea of just being secure, being safe. If you haven't had this shift yet, I call it the shift. It's going from middle class to business entrepreneur. You need to pick up some books. The books I recommend are Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The Magic of Thinking Big, and When Things Fall Apart. These were the first 4 books that I read in the self-help world. Without them, I would not be making $1 right now. The final lesson that I want to talk to you guys about, and this one's a little bit more advanced once you have done all the other things within this video, and many of you might be at that current stage, but we're talking about speed of implementation, volume, and a little deeper leverage. I read over 100 self-help books and 100 business books in the last 3 years. If you learn a lot of stuff, you should probably do something with the knowledge. How do you do stuff with the knowledge? You should probably take some action. And the biggest thing is the speed at which you take the action. If you know that you need to make cold calls to get clients for your business, then waiting 10 months to make a cold call is just prolonging the inevitable of you not getting results. And you questioning yourself, why am I not getting results? Because you haven't done the things that get you results. The people that are the top performers in the world, and I know this personally because I speak with them on a regular basis, say that if you want to do something that not many people do, you have to do stuff that not many people do, which is picking up the phone quickly and making a lot of phone calls, if that is what you're doing in sales, or producing content quickly and a lot of content to get a brand going. And you're probably thinking, well, that sounds hard, Alex. Comma, so what? Keep doing it anyway. You want to have a big life, so you got to do big shit. And here's a little bonus tip, and the last thing I'm going to tell you, you have to be patient. I struggle with this so much because every single day I wake up and I'm like, I'm not famous, I am not rich, and I don't have a lot of influence in the world. I can't get my voice out to a lot of people, which is why I'm making content. And then I have to relax and be like, okay. If I do this long enough, if I keep putting the work out there, if I'm consistent with it, if I'm improving every single time, would it be foolish for me not to get the result? Assuming I have put in every hour, every minute of time, all of that will compound and one day I will see a result. So having the delayed gratification, you hear all over the internet, if you watch videos like this, you probably know that it's important, but you probably don't do it because it's a lot harder to implement in your own life. Because I know that from experience, it's harder to hear the advice, but it's even harder to do it. So I'm learning to live by taking things slowly, being patient, and trying to add value, getting 1% better every single day, compounding that over the next 20, 30 years. Before I end this off, I wanted to make this video as a testament to my last 20 years. My expectation is that over the next 10 years, the results that I'm going to get will have compounded because of the work that I've put in because of these last 20 years. They will continue to grow. If I can keep making check-in videos online, you can see the progress and the growth that I'm experiencing. Maybe that will inspire you to do something too. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to get your first client and you don't know how, comment below this video, Coach. I will hit you up and we will have a conversation. Have a great day.